hope y'all enjoyed Theme Thursday. Now I'm going to do a little changing video with little Benjamin. I have not had a lot of interaction with him lately, and I think it's high time to get him out of his Christmas outfit, which he has on underneath here. And we're going to put him in this sweet little child of mine sleeper. It's a little tan or cream colored sleeper, and it has all these little animals on dogs. There's like sheep dogs and bulldogs and all kinds of, I don't know what kind of dog that is, little dog. I don't know, but all kinds of dogs, but not my little Noelle. She's not on here. Sorry, forgot the microphone again. So we got that on now. And what I'm going to do is get him out of this and tell y'all a little story that happened this week. Quite funny, actually. My husband is still home, and thank you for all the comments on the video I did yesterday with a happy mail from Suzanne. That was so sweet, Suzanne. Thank you so much. And all your thoughts and prayers on my husband, Bud, who has COVID. But not to worry. His symptoms are not any worse than if he had a cold. As a matter of fact, he feels like that's all he has is a cold, but it just happened to come up positive for COVID. So he's doing well. He's going to get an infusion tomorrow just to be on the safe side. And I have been testing negative. And we'll do another test again tomorrow to see if I remain negative. I've had both vaccines and my booster shot, so if I get it, I'm sure it'll probably be very light, like my husband's is, because he's had his vaccines as well. Hi, Sugar. Hello, Sugar. This is the cutest little guy. I tell you what, I feel so bad I haven't had much time with him. So that's why I wanted to come on and do a little changing video with him. That's what I want to do. You say, yeah, oh, sweet baby. So anyway, getting to my story. As I told you before, I went to the cardiologist this week to have some tests done. I'm feeling fine. It's just all part of a physical workup that I'm having done. And the place where I had to go is like 40 minutes from here, from where I live. And so I drove down there, and I had my carotids done, and then she was doing an echocardiogram on my heart, and we were chatting. The young lady's name was Jessica. And we were chatting as you do, and of course as I do, because I'm always running my mouth, as you well know. But she mentioned that, well, I had asked her if she had done my husband's stress test, because he had had one done there. And she said, well, I don't know, I don't remember. She said, and I get off at 2 o'clock, so if he had it done in the afternoon, chances are I probably didn't do it. And she said, I like getting off at 2 because then I can go and pick my son up from school. So, we kept chatting, and then by this time she was done with the echocardiogram, and I was sitting on the table and she was hooking me up for EKG. And I happened to ask her how old her son was. She said he was 7. She had a daughter, 3. And I told her, as I tell a lot of young mothers, don't blink, because it really goes by fast. And before you know it, they're in their 30s and 40s with kids of their own, and you're wondering where all the time went. So I just was passing on that little bit of wisdom to her. And I told her I had just had lunch with my daughter, and we were just talking about this, because I told her, I said I was in a play in the fall, which went through September and October, and then all of a sudden it was Halloween, and then it was Thanksgiving, and then it was Christmas, and I said it felt like everything was like a week apart. And she goes, hold on. She said, you do plays? You're in a play? And I said, yeah. I said, I act and direct in plays. And she said, did you happen to do a play this fall at the winery in Winnie? And I said, yes, I did. And she goes, no. She said, I was there. She goes, what? She said, I knew. And this is what blew me away. She said, I kept trying to think in my mind where I knew you from. She said, your eyes just look so familiar. And she said eyes because I had a mask on, right? She said, your eyes just look so familiar. And she said, what part did you play? And I told her. And I was the cruise director. And she goes, yes, I remember you. She said, I loved your costume. It was so pretty and stuff. And she said, I can't believe this. She said, me and two other girls from the office went. She said, we had such a good time. She just kept going on and on and on. And I said, oddly enough, I said, my daughter and her husband were also in that play. And she just got excited all over again. And she said, what parts did they play? And I told her, and she was like, oh my gosh, your son-in-law was so good. And she said, he was so funny. Well, during the play, we have moments where we will draw members up out of the audience. And become part of the play. And she was actually one that was chosen to be the mother of the bride, and she was chosen by my daughter, so she actually got to be in the play sort of with my daughter and my son-in-law. And so she was just, I mean, bubbling over, so excited. And I started laughing at her. I said, you act like I'm a celebrity. And she goes, you are a celebrity. She said, I can't wait to tell all the girls. So funny. And what is funny too is, like, this office is 40 minutes from my house. The winery where we did the play this past fall is an hour from my house. And I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's a small world. It's just a small, small world. But she was so funny and so sweet. Look at that sweet fella. Look at that sweet fella. Is he not precious? He is just a very precious little angel. Yes, you are. I love that little serious face he has. But there we go. So I hope you enjoyed our little theme Thursday. It is cold, and the kids were bundled up, so they were loving it outside. And I couldn't wait to get back in. My hands were freezing. My husband's got a fire going, so we're going to sit by the fire this afternoon, aren't we? Yes, we are. We've been watching this British series called Afterlife with Ricky Gervais. And oh my gosh, it's an odd series. It's an odd series, but this man is trying to get over the loss of his wife, and it's just, it makes you think a lot. It really does. How precious life is and how we shouldn't take things for granted. There you go. There's my sweet little Benjamin. This is the Elijah sculpt. And he is just the sweetest little thing. And he reminds me of my oldest boy when he was a baby, because he would have this serious look on his face. Look at that. Could you not kiss it? Could you just not kiss those little cheeks? Could not kiss those little cheeks. All right, guys. So we're going to go. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Thank you for stopping by. I love you all, and it's so good to see you. And welcome, welcome, welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm so glad you're here. All right, be safe. Talk soon. Bye-bye.